Hello, hello, hello. It's the most wonderful time to be queer. Yes, welcome to Queer Critiques. My name's EJ Marino, and this is my review of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars Season 3, Episode 2. Jumping right into this, I'm really liking this season. I thought they were going to kind of slow burn and give you a little bit more until all the shade. No, this is full shade ahead. Toot, because oh my god, we are just getting queens giving it to me in the confessionals. I will say, let me see my notes. It's Trixie, Aja, and Shangela who are killing it in the confessionals this year. I knew Trixie was gonna come in and kind of be more funny than he was in his other season. I was like, Trixie, come on. Now seeing you more, I hate looking back at season 7 Trixie because it's not the Trixie we're used to now. So now to see Trixie just murder it in these confessionals, I'm having a great time watching him. Just have a great time shading everyone, making quick jabs, and look, if he has about 10 jokes, 7 of them land, and the 3 that don't land are still fun jokes. I love it. I really like Aja in this season's confessionals. Aja just really worked on where he wants to be and what he wants to do this season with humor, with his personality. He said it in the first episode, he's here to fuck shit up, and I am loving Aja this year. Oh, speaking of loving this year, I like Shangela more and more every season. Season 2, I was just bye Shangela. Season 3, I was just oh god, really by Shangela? And then I saw Shangela outside of RuPaul's Drag Race and I loved Shangela. Now Shangela going into All-Stars 3, I am having so much fun, and I will say, he's becoming my front runner. Personally, I still want Trixie to win, but if Shangela keeps it up in the challenges, keep it up on the runway, and keep it up in the confessionals, yeah, I think Shangela's gonna beat everyone. So the overall theme of this episode for me is the downfall of Thorgy Thor. Yeah! From the very get-go in this episode, you're just like, Thorgy, what's wrong? What's happening? And it really reminded me of Thorgy those last couple episodes in season 8, where you're just like, what is happening? Kennedy said it in this episode, where you would look at season 8 and be like, Thorgy is a serious frontrunner, and then each week passes and you're just like, Thorgy, what's wrong? The conspiracy theories are fun, and I will get into that a little bit more, how I agree with some of Thorgy's conspiracies, but they start kind of hindering your love of Thorgy, and that's what's happening earlier this episode, because I don't know, it's really weird to see Thorgy kind of just beat himself up over something that I'm like, I don't think you deserve it. But I will say I will get a little bit more into Thorgy later on, because yes, while this theme is the downfall of Thorgy, a little bit more things are happening around Thorgy. We have the uprising of our new villain of the season, and it's Milk. What? If you would have told me in season, I think, 6, if Milk was going to be kind of growing to be this narcissistic bitch, I would have been like, nah, Milk looks funny and too campy to be that, but no, Milk's kind of a bitch this season, and I like it because we need a villain. If Morgan McMichaels or Shangela wasn't going to be the villain, I need a villain, and I need it to be Milk then, I guess. It's so odd saying that. I don't usually do dairy, but I guess it's making me feel weird. It's weird what's going on with Milk, because Milk kind of dives more into the craziness after, the runway and then all the critiques from the judges. But even in the beginning, Milk is just oh, I got the challenge. Oh, it's Celine Dion. As Shangela said, a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. Said Milk did really good when he was Celine Dion once, and yes, now he's gonna do great. And no, you did really bad, and you can kind of tell Milk's arc is getting odd, and I'm really excited to break it down in further episodes, because we just got the kickstart of it. I'm really excited to see what it's like next episode. I did mention that I was going to touch on the Thorgy Thor conspiracy theories, and here it is. I agree with almost everything Thorgy said this episode. It started when Thorgy was looking up the lineup and was just like, I'm playing Stevie Nicks, but has a gay ever been at a Stevie Nicks concert and was like, yes, bitch, work? No, it doesn't happen with Stevie. Stevie's more of yes, that was good. It's a very subtle kind of gay performance, and it's fine. I liked Stevie Nicks, but he had a point. He wasn't kind of set up to win this challenge. It reminded me a lot of last year when Katya got Princess Di, and you were just like, that's what you give Katya? That's the role? So that's kind of what Thorgy was going at. So then to be look, I have to follow Shangela, who's Shangela as Mariah Carey, that was made to win. And Thorgy wasn't wrong. So, you know, you get a challenge that's made to win, and a performance that's made to win, and then you're Thorgy who's as Stevie Nicks, and then you're just like, this kind of does happen. I will say the show has always kind of curved challenges to certain queens. If you like RuPaul's Drag Race, that is an undeniable fact. A challenge is made for certain queens, and Thorgy was kind of calling that out. Do I agree with all of Thorgy's conspiracy theories about the Bob show? Slightly, whatever. But to constantly keep attacking Bob, to also keep attacking Chi-Chi, Shangela, Kennedy, Aja, Bob, there's something common with all those queens, and it's a little interesting that Thorgy keeps feeling threatened by these queens. I'm gonna leave that at that. But I'm interested in what Thorgy's going on in his head, because I like that Thorgy's calling out the conspiracy theories, but kind of like Morgan McMichaels last week when, you know, Morgan decides to say all of his, like, oh, this is what I think's happening, I'm gonna send home the strongest queen. No, don't do that. Same thing with Thorgy, like, I agree with what you're saying in your brain and I understand, but also, shh, like, don't tell everyone you're a crazy conspiracy theorist, because especially if RuPaul hears this, bye. Oh wait. Bye. So RuPaul introduces the challenge and you're just like, okay, kill it, let's go. Bam, we're starting off with, that's what we're starting off with? It's Milk as Celine Dion, and yeah, Milk, that's what your Celine Dion is that's, whatever. I can't even think of words, I was so bored. Next. Kennedy had a pretty good look for me. I wasn't like clocking it like everyone else. I got the Janet inspiration, but why didn't you go for like Janet Rhythm Nation, which is like an iconic Janet look, or Janet with the nipple coming off? Like, there's outfits that could have been a little bit more distinct from this, but I did like the look. The performance was off. I just was like, Kennedy, what are you doing? Like, there's so many queens I'm looking down, like, there's so many queens that were better than Kennedy in the performance, and I don't want to say that because it's a performance and it's Kennedy Davenport. That should be what you're good at. But Kennedy brings this up. Kennedy does freestyle dances. We all love Kennedy's performances, but we know what Kennedy does, and this isn't kind of Kennedy's choreography in 1 and 2 and 3. No, Kennedy goes out and feels it. So I guess I should kind of think about that, like, no, this isn't Kennedy's strong suit. Performing is, but not this kind of performing. And that was kind of what like threw me off a little bit, because I'm like, this should be made for Kennedy. It's Kennedy as Janet in a performance. No? What? Like, it was a little hard to see that Kennedy was even in the bottom, but, you know, Kennedy wasn't worried about going home. There was more deserving queens to go home. Milk, but Milk stayed. Whatever. Next. To quote every Drag Race fan who's on YouTube, that's including Movie Bitches and Lee Dawson, next up to perform is Jimmy, Aja! And I liked Aja's performance. Like, Aja kind of gave me a little Amy Winehouse. It was a very safe performance, and that's where Aja ended up landing. Was it Tinder? Anyways, so yes, Aja was safe in this challenge, and it was a safe performance, but I loved Aja's look, and I loved Aja's like energy with Amy Winehouse, and you really felt it, and I kind of liked it, and I want to see Aja keep growing, because I'm loving Aja. Like, to go from being pretty meh on Aja in season 9 to where Aja is now, I'm so happy about it. You know what? Okay, I'm going through my list, I'm looking at my notes. How did Chi-Chi DeVayne not end up in like the top 2 this week? Because look, I guess looking at last week's Chi-Chi performance to Chi-Chi living and breathing Miss Patti LaBelle, like, they gave me Patti LaBelle pies, they gave me Patti LaBelle dances, they gave me that Patti LaBelle ugly ass hairstyle from the 80s. I was living for Chi-Chi's Patti, and no one else was? Like, Chi-Chi was safe? Like, I just was like, I guess, like, is this what we're doing? Because Chi-Chi was doing something great here, and Chi-Chi actually even elevated the outfit from like the Redemption Challenge, and I actually really liked Chi-Chi's outfit. I was like, wow, you're growing. It's still pretty basic, and I instantly said, as soon as I saw Chi-Chi's outfit, I'm like, oh, well, that's why you're not winning, because of the outfit. But still should have got praised a little bit more, because that Patti was, I mean, they gave me Patti pies. That's all I needed. After Miss Patti LaBelle, I got Trixie Mattel. Like, I love Trixie's Dolly Parton, because Trixie does Dolly Parton kind of on the regular. Like, Trixie's whole gimmick right now, like, we all kind of joke that Trixie's in her like Lady Gaga Joanne phase right now, but really Trixie's just living her Dolly Parton fantasy. Like, she is giving me full Dollywood in this look. Trixie actually even changed up her makeup a little bit for this look, and okay, a little bit. Like, Trixie obviously always will have the Trixie face, but I really liked Trixie's look in this outfit, and like, I just was really feeling Trixie's dolly. It was a pretty safe performance as well, really good, and I like that Trixie got the final laugh in this. Like, Trixie is great, but this dolly is kind of how I feel that BB Zahara Benet was. Like, this is what you do on the regular. You could have done this in your sleep, so you deserve a safe because this isn't like, bam, impactful moment. But speaking of impactful moments, Shangela Laquifa Wadley giving me Miss Mariah Mimi Carey. Like, she is the elusive Chartreuse, and Shangela's becoming a elusive Chartreuse herself because this bitch is gonna win. Like, the more I watch it, the more I'm like, Shangela has this in the damn bag. Shangela's going to steal this away from everybody, and we should all kind of accept it now. Like, I want Trixie to win, I've said it 1,010,000 times, but I also kind of want Shangela to win because Shangela deserves it, and Shangela's a legend, and this performance, this little mix of comedy and lip syncing and performing, this is what Shangela does best, and this is why Shangela is on All-Stars, and I think a Hall of Fame winning All-Star. You know, with all the hoopla with Thorgy this week and all the drama, I actually kind of like Thorgy's like Stevie Nicks. Like, I was kind of feeling it. Like, the look was there, I got some of the performances, it was pretty meh. Okay, it was a little bit below meh. Okay, it was bad. Yeah, well, I don't know, Thorgy. Like, I want to defend you because I like you, but you're kind of indefensible. Like, you're kind of just kind of a weird queen, and like, God, we'll talk about it a little bit more with the sign-off message, but Thorgy, like, Milk's trying to be the villain. You don't need to act like a villain. Like, you can calm it down a little bit because it's not a cute look at all. I did not know I needed a rapping Julie Andrews as much as I did, but Ben de la Crème's rapping Julie Andrews was a little bit of everything. Like, I sleep on Ben de la Crème each week. Like, okay, Ben was doing fine. Oh, Ben's doing great. Oh my God, Ben's slaying this? Like, Ben de la Crème is someone that the second he lands in the bottom, he has to go home because like, he's going to snatch this away from people we all think are front runners. If Ben de la Crème keeps this up, Ben de la is going to be like top 3 material with performances like this and lip syncs like this. Like, goddamn, Ben de la, good job on this week's challenge because you're giving me what I need, and maybe not what I wanted, but what I need, I guess. Like, damn you, Ben de la. But okay, speaking of everything I need, BB Zahara Benet is everything I need. Like, I'm still confused why BB's here. It's a very odd choice. It's a very RuPaul's Drag Race. Like, RuPaul's just got, like I said, having fun, gonna be acting crazy, but BB did fine. Like, BB could do Diana Ross in her sleep. Like, I liked the performance, but what sold me was that little hair bounce. Like, I was like, okay, that is Miss Diana. You know it, you get it. BB's great. BB's not, I don't know, there's this crazy internet conspiracy theory that BB Zahara Benet is giving me Handmaid's Tale. Like, she's gonna be the mole who reports back to Ru, never gonna be in the bottom, never gonna be in the top, always gonna be safe because BB's a spy. I don't know, like, another non-win proves that theory. I'm interested to see what BB's gonna do because I like BB, BB's great, but it's still weird BB's here, even though BB's slaying the game. There's nothing on the runway that really like gagged me this week. Like, I really like Kennedy's look, I thought it was fun. Trixie's dress was the ugliest thing I've ever seen and I loved it. Milk's dress was the ugliest thing and I hated it. Like, that's so funny, the difference between uglies. Like, Milk's was ugly, but like, not fun. Trixie's was ugly, but fun. Like, you could definitely tell the aesthetic difference there, and Trixie kind of mentioned it with Milk. Like, you gave me something of what I don't like about Milk, and you know, that's just, it wasn't feeling Milk's look, but what I was feeling was remixed Princess Disaster from Jimmy Aja, because oh my God, Aja, I said it once, I'll say it again, I'll say it 3 times. Aja is growing so much. This Princess Disaster, like, looking from season 9 to now, Aja has grown so much, and I'm so proud of Aja. I really want Aja to make it to the top 3. I'm gonna say now, I'm gonna keep changing this every week because there's someone who keeps going better. It's gonna be Shangela, Aja, Trixie, top 3, maybe, who knows right now. Like, this is a pretty insane season, but I can't really think of anyone else. Oh, wait. Shangela came out in a giant goddamn bubble. The first thing I thought when I saw Shangela's outfit was like, oh, it's like a snow globe, okay, whatever. But then I was just like, what were all the queens backstage thinking? Like, is this bitch, girl, are you gonna come out in a bubble? That's the vibe. Trixie was probably like, you sure you want to do that? Because, okay, like, it's a very Shangela bold move on the runway, but whatever, Shangela's fine. Like, Shangela's having a great time. It was an okay look. Wasn't everything, especially once Shangela got out of the bubble. The outfit was pretty basic, and it's nothing too crazy, but Shangela did turn it on that, like, lip sync. Not as much as Ben de la Creme did on the lip sync. Am I at the lip sync now? Sure, let's just jump right into it. The top two were Ben de la Creme and Shangela. Okay, odd picks, but Ben de la Creme and Shangela. They go down to lip sync. There's some drama backstage. Milk's like, oh my god, I should have been in the top. Bitch, is you blind? Like, no. No. You should only be topping people, not the challenges. Like, no, Milk. No. No. No, Milk. Whatever. But no, going back to the lip sync, it was Shangela and Ben de la killing it. I first started this lip sync like, if Ben de la beats Shangela in a Pointer Sister song, there is no right in this world. Like, and then Ben de la killed Shangela in a Pointer Sister song. Like, Ben de la was in his own lip sync, and I kind of felt bad that Shangela wasn't like really aware of the murder happening behind her. Like, Ben de la was just giving me comedy, giving me performance. The next lip sync can't be as funny though, Ben. Like, I can't, give me a serious lip sync, not just these comedy lip syncs, but still Ben did great, and I thought Ben had it, and then Shangela won, but it makes sense. Shangela had the most drama with the top two, or sorry, the bottom two. Shangela gave me a great bottom two moment, and we got rid of Thorgy. Like, Thorgy's message to Shangela was so dirty, and like, it was so petty. It was just like, girl, bye. Like, I'm just done with Thorgy. Like, I know they're gonna do the redemption, and who knows how that's gonna work, but I don't want Thorgy to go. Like, if they just keep sending meh queens to the bottom like that, Morgan's coming back no matter what then. Like, if you're gonna send back like Milk, Thorgy, Kennedy, Morgan's gonna come and be like, thank you, I'm back in, and don't mess it up, Morgan. If you have the chance of coming back, because you have a good chance of coming back if people like Thorgy are there, don't mess it up, because what's happening? So that's it for this week's episode of Queer Critiques. Thank you so much for tuning in with this drag race with me. All-Star Season 3 is wild. What do you think of it? Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of this review, what you thought of episode 2 of All-Stars 3. Who's your pick to win? I want to know who you want to win. Comment down below who you picked to win. Give me a thumbs up if you did like this video, and also subscribe to my channel because I do one of these every week. Now thank you again, and hope you are looking good and feeling gorgeous. Ooh, too soon.